Assemble, please. This is from me to us. I call it Students' Guide. VK.
Richard was a high school boy, very brilliant, always top in his class. Hey, Kristen was no different, very beautiful, pretty and cute. See, high school boy running high school, what's a word? Riding on their bike, sharing yoga temple, love a best on steady strike. See, love is sharing in the expense of good, giving promises they don't even understand. Hey, sooner than later, the unexpected happen in 9 months, they will be father and mother, which is a large job for hearing the news. His footprints cannot be traced. Hey, Christine is very sad. With her hands above the head, she cries, saying, and I know it's always a last, never joke with your education. I now know it's always the best to learn hard when you are in school. And I know it's always a last, never joke with your education. I now know it's always the best to learn hard when you are in school.
Good morning, Ghana. You are tuned into News Magazine with me, Irubad Ibrahim, and
Abna Safo.
And to our viewers in Dagbon, we say Yumaraba.
And to our Francophone-speaking country, we say Bon Arrivé.
Okay, today is a packed show. I'm quite excited because we have kids from Apostle Safo Kantanke schools. And the school has various levels. It moves right from the preschool level up to SHS. And today we'll interact with kids in lower grade and those that have just finished upper primary and they've entered the GHS. So you can't afford to miss a discussion with the lovely kids. It's going to be quite exhilarating. But in the meantime, Abina will take us through some of the trending news. We have only a day after the finance minister addressed Parliament on this year's, budgetary allocation for various sectors, more particularly on education and a host of others. Abina, what do you have for us by way of trending news?
Okay, good morning once again. I'll take you straight to our trending news for today. 2019 budget. Listen to us often. Minority mocks revision of 35% income tax policy. That's for my joy.
Yeah, briefly, yesterday I sat with two parliamentarians on the Parliamentary Select Committee on Finance. And the NDC MP said instead of this being a Mpuntu budget, which the MPP couched or christened this with, they said it is budget made in China, a Hochira budget and others. So it's quite interesting how both sides of Parliament consider such an important national exercise, reading of the budget. Yes.
Anyway, I'll quickly take you to the next one. Unapproved body cream drugs seized in Kumasi. This is from Peace FM. I mean,
bleaching is bad.
Bleaching is
women,
bad,
black
exactly.
is beautiful. Don't
Exactly.
bleach.
Exactly.
We don't like plantain chips. We like our women the way they are.
That's it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm needed to get 180 million to fight corruption. This is from Joy Online.
Oh, I see. Because there was a lot of complaint. And there were a lot of complaints about lack of funding. He says he wasn't too resourced. So therefore, I believe injecting this into the office of the special prosecutor, we need to see some action going into 2019.
Definitely. Ghana imports 374 million of poultry annually. This is from Joy.
We import everything. Soon we'll be importing babies. That is quite unfortunate. So a Gaggisberg economy that is import-driven, it's not an industrial economy. So vocational education, technical education, and yesterday the finance minister says government is going to pump a lot of money into vocational and technical education. And that is the future of industrialization, so that we don't import things as mundane as toothpicks.
Yes, definitely. And then next one says, government to launch wearing for Food and Jobs Program to check imports. That's from Joy.
It's ongoing, and I believe it's going to even up the playing field so that the quantum of import does not excessively exceed the quantum of export we do. We should be an export-driven economy, so we get more foreign direct revenue to stabilize the Ghana cedi.
And then away from the local funds to international, Morocco inaugurates African fastest train. That's from BBC.
How fast we need to see, but when you go to DC, for example, Washington DC, and maybe in London too, the sub-metros are quite impressive. So if Morocco is doing this well, I think it's a beacon of hope for the continent.
Definitely. Anyway, that's where we leave it for our trending news for today. I'll take a leave of Irbad. Today we've got exciting discussion with people from Apostle Kojo Safo's Arts and Science School, and you can't afford to miss that show today. So keep watching Kantanka TV, and if you want to read more about what the headlines I had just given out, please go to our various authentic news portals and read more about it. Remember, your brain is your power. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back shortly.
Okay, Abena will join us at the twilight of the program to read some of your WhatsApp messages. We go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we sit with lower primary pupils of Greater SAS. Do stick and stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Hello, lovely people of Africa, African Youth Time. This is the show, as I rightly said, that gives African youth the platform to have an up-close with living legends who are helping build the continent.
The youth of Africa, they have a lot of potential.
What is killing Africans is our inability to discover and identify our potentials and what we can do for ourselves.
Nobody makes you a leader. You become a leader.
We are not poor. The resources in Congo alone can feed the whole Africa.
Onipa how ene ne da achenti na abribia wo sori prayer hwehwe na hoto ahoto ne nso ma prekope enkukuhwe ase ene wo how bebre na ewo mu wenti na Kantanka TV ya hwehwe dwumadie foforo kra ya to din se edwasonsam wodwasonsam dwumadie so ya baba kne dwadefo ne abusa wo mo how ene wo mama ne wo mo efa mu na empo se edaw bitai akira a wode pre ahwehwe wonda achen ahoto eno ti hia wo nuaba ama adwobi e wo Kantanka TV ne afa edwasonsam enfam bro.
Abodie mu no wonim sa onyankopon ewo adoma odedom man bia sa achede niam eboa manipa nya hoto ewo ne dada asetenam ensio emframa ye duane ye nia kwaye enhahama eni nro ahodo empo ya mamre eni ya mane sa niam niam onyankopon de bo man bia se de mbeba emunipa no enya ahoto enti na Kantanka television ahihye dwumadie so nkwa ya to ne din se yediem wo yediem dwumadie so no na ye kɔ Ghana mea nyina mea kwa akɔfa niema ahodo a onyankopɔn ade adom ye ene mfaso a ye nya no wo so sanso ne yebɛhwɛ ahobambo so nkwa de bɛba saa niema yi yetimi ahwɛso ye ade agya hɔ ade ama ntirima se meka yediem a no agye sese papapa yediem papapa
made in Ghana ya yediem Ome yenywandi yenye mawo.
Ya yediem made in Ghana.
Ya yediem made in Ghana.
I am coming.
You're welcome back. Today is indeed a very special day. So the production team has heavily deployed. Everybody is here to make our time with the kids successful. And one of our important lead producers, a person who actually named this show, Nana Efriye Safo. He's an indigene of Adahomase in the Ashanti region, and also the host of Atopreko TV show. Is a sports show on this very channel on Saturdays at 12:30 p.m. Sir, your efforts are duly appreciated. He's one of the engines of this show. And today we have kids from Floral Model School. It's a basic school around the Ashonman area. And they are here with their teacher. I'll first introduce this handsome 7-year-old. He's in the person of Prince Awoni. Prince, welcome. Prince, how are you?
Fine.
You took tea this morning, or kuku?
Porridge.
Oh, porridge. Thanks for teaching me. Porridge in English. And then we have also Cephas Ajajo. Cephas Ajajo, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine.
You also took porridge or you took tea?
I took tea.
Hey, then you are a white man. This guy is an African, you are a white man. And they are accompanied by a very lovely lady, their teacher, Beniseje. Benis, you're welcome. Benis, these are 7- and 8-year-olds, and they are very privileged. The first time I went on TV, I was like 24 or something. So they are starting quite early. How does it feel like dealing with kids at the lower primary level? And what do you teach specifically? Are you a class teacher or a course teacher?
Okay, thank you very much. I'm a class teacher. It's not easy combining a lot of people from various homes together, but then with God we are managing, and we are coping with everything.
So how is a routine like for you? You get to school at what time? When do you start your first lesson?
Okay, by 6:30 I have to be in school. So I normally get to school by 6:30, and then we go for assembly during 8 o'clock, and after assembly we start our lessons.
Okay, great. Prince, mommy takes you to school, or you go to school on your own?
Sometimes my father brings me to school, or my uncle.
So they drive you to school, or a school bus comes to your house?
No, they drive me.
They drive you to school. And so how does it feel? Do you get enough sleep, or you'll be dozing off as you drive to school? What time do you wake up?
I wake up normally at 6.
6 a.m. And then you take your bath, you brush your teeth, and you take breakfast. So by what time do they leave the house to drive you to school?
6:30.
6:30. And then your house is far from school, or it's not too far? It's not too far. So that you say you are dealing with kids from various backgrounds.
Yes.
The case of Prince is one of proximity, and it looks like he comes from a privileged home. So what about kids from poor backgrounds, and then they come from maybe 5 kilometers away?
As for them, some of them walk by foot to school, and then they find it very difficult. Sometimes when even on their way coming to school, when they meet their friends in car, it's not easy. Sometimes they feel why am I like this, and they are privileged to be in car. But then some of them get to know that it's all about life. It's all about life. Sometimes they come closer to you, and you try to explain certain things to them. That the fingers are not the same. And so because of that, it may happen that some people will be more higher than the others.
Yeah, so do you teach them to appreciate the little their parents are able to do for them?
Yes, please. I always tell them to be content with whatever they have.
Okay, that's great. Safas, what about you? You wake up at what time?
4.
Hey, Safas, why? Are you the headmaster? No, then why 4 a.m.? Why that early?
Because my house is far from school.
Your house is far from school. The school is at Ashoman Estate. Where do you stay? Where is your house? Which area? Within Ashoman? Okay. So it's quite a sprawling neighborhood. Yes. You can come from the other end of the neighborhood or vicinity. So when you wake up at 4, what do you do? Apart from the routine stuff, you take your bath, you brush your teeth, you take breakfast by what time?
I take breakfast by 5.
5 a.m. And does your father drive you to school?
No.
How do you get to school?
I walk.
You walk to school. You walk for how long? You start walking at what time?
6.
You start walking at 6 a.m.
Yes.
Do you walk alone to school, or you walk with friends? Are there young people like you that attend the same school, so you walk in a group?
No, I walk with my sisters.
So your sisters attended the same school?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can speak up a bit. You walk for how long? Like when you start walking at 6, you get to school at what time?
6:30.
Okay, 30 minutes of trek. Is that unusual, or there are some that walk even longer?
There are some that walk even longer. Some of them get to school around 8:30 due to their distance, the distance from their home to the school.
At this age, they are energetic, they are exuberant, they are agile, they are filled with testosterone, especially when they are boys. So do they arrive a bit tired? And if they do, all sweaty and tired, what do you do to prepare them for class?
Sometimes when they get to school, you could see some of them sweating, and so we have some tap in our school and then a bowl that we wash our hands in it. And so when they get there, because of the sweat, and if they sit down in their class, they might dirty their books with their sweat and other stuff. So they need to wash their hands with soap and water and then clean their hands with napkins before.
Okay, great. And Prince, how many subjects are you learning in class 3? Can you mention some of them? Okay, let's go.
Science.
Okay.
RME.
Okay. Do you
Creative
do
arts.
Creative arts?
English.
You do English? Do you do math?
Yes.
You do math? Do you do Ga or Chi? Do you do a local language?
Yes.
Which local language?
Chi.
Okay. And then what again?
And we learn.
Do you do citizenship or you do it at a higher level? We do it. You do it at a higher level. So, yes. And Prince, these subjects you are talking about, which one is your favorite? Which one do you like?
Math.
Hey, you're Archimedes. You've not heard of Archimedes yet. Soon you will. What makes you enjoy math?
Because I like adding numbers.
So I can test you. Are you sure? Can I test you? What is 5 plus 5 minus 3?
7.
Oh, great. You're not bad at all. So what about you? What subject do you like?
Please, the subject I like is creative arts.
Creative arts. Your father is an artist?
No.
So,
My father is a soldier man.
Hey, your father is a soldier man. Oh, great. So why do you like creative arts?
Because I'm good in creating pictures and drawing.
Can you draw me? Or you've not gotten there yet? What is the most recent drawing you have done? At home, do you draw cups? Do you draw the television? Do you draw the family sitting at the dining table? What is the most recent drawing you've done? It's been long, right? So you paint, apart from drawing, you do a lot of painting with your crayon. Okay, great. Madam, I'll come back to the kids. When you have varied interests like this is 7, this is 8, and they're in the same class. This has got a penchant for calculation. This one likes drawing. So from where you sit as a teacher, how do you identify those peculiarities? And how do you do positive reinforcement?
Okay. If you are in a class, as time goes on, you get to know their talents. Some of them, you get to know the areas that they are good at. And so with that, you help them and then come out with it.
Yeah, you can continue.
You help them come out with it very well.
Okay, you know what, hold on. I go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we continue the discussion. Those they can stay with us.
Do you want to enroll your ward in a school where quality basic education, discipline and moral upbringing is our hallmark? Then come to Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences Basic School. Great Asas, Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences has vacancies in preschool, lower and upper primary, JHS 1 and JHS 2, with spacious and ventilated classrooms. The school also has excellent boarding facilities for students from upper primary to JHS. Great Asas also has a well-stocked library, a school bus that picks your ward from home to school and back home, with adequate security measures to ensure your ward safety. Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences Preschool has state-of-the-art learning materials to make learning fun for your ward. We also have the cadet corps and a cultural troupe to tap hidden talents in your ward. Locate Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences at Awoshi Last Stop, Accra. Great Asa! Do you want to enroll your ward in a school where quality basic education, discipline and moral upbringing is our hallmark? Then come to Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences Basic School. Great Asas, Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences has vacancies in preschool, lower and upper primary, JHS 1 and JHS 2, with spacious and ventilated classrooms. The school also has excellent boarding facilities for students from upper primary to JHS. Great Asas also has a well-stocked library, a school bus that picks your ward from home to school and back home, with adequate security measures to ensure your ward's safety. Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences Preschool has state-of-the-art learning materials to make learning fun for your ward. We also have the Cadet Corps and a cultural troupe to tap hidden talents in your ward. Locate Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences at Awoshi Last Stop, Accra. Great Asa!
Hello, lovely people of Africa, African Youth Time. This is the show, as I rightly said, that gives African youth the platform to have an up-close with living legends who are helping build the continent.
The youth of Africa, they have a lot of potential.
What is killing Africans is our inability to discover and identify our potentials and what we can do for ourselves.
Nobody makes you a leader. You become a leader.
We are not poor. The resources in Congo alone can feed the whole Africa.
Okay, you're welcome back. We still have kids from Floral Model School with us. Welcome back, lady and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I asked you a question about how you find out their capabilities. And can you continue, but keep it short?
Like I was saying, if you are able to identify their strength, then you build on it. You help them build on it. Because some of them, they don't know it. And so if you come out with it, then you have to look for some measures that you can build on those things so that they will go about it.
Okay, Prince, what do you want to become in future?
A banker.
A banker. You are good at math, so you can do that. And then you, Cephas, what do you want to become?
A banker.
Bankers don't draw pictures. Do you want to learn more math so that you become a banker? Or you want to start as an artist and become a banker later? Okay, that's fine. And Prince, I will ask you this. I don't know whether this question, you have the capacity to answer it, but are there any memorable moments you can share with us in school? Yes, okay, listening to you. What memorable moments can't you forget, you enjoy, and you want it to happen again?
Normally, I'm doing math and science quiz in school.
Oh, you do math and science quiz, and those are the most memorable moments for you. So the quizzes happen how many times in a week or month?
Normally in a month.
Okay, in 1 month you could have one quiz. So you enjoy that experience a lot. But what do you not like about school?
Sometimes when we are doing the quiz, sometimes the girls have been win.
When you lose, oh, I see. It's about confidence. So when they do quizzes like that, it's competitive. And how I have issues with, you know, television programs that make kids cry because standards have been set and they are not able to meet those standards. So with quizzes in class, when a child is first, of course, you praise the child, we give awards. When they lose, how do you work on their psychology so they don't have inferiority complex?
Oh, I do encourage them by telling them that it's all like a game. And so definitely when you are playing a game, someone will win and then the other will lose. That doesn't mean you cannot win the next time. And so you need to
you know, prepare another time so that you do well.
Yes.
Cephas, I know you are a bit shy. You don't talk too much, but I'll ask you, What is the most memorable moment you've had in school? He says when you do math and science quizzes. What about you?
The most memorable thing.
You don't remember? But then when you are drawing, you enjoy the experience.
Yes.
Maybe in school, there's somebody who bullies you. When you are sitting, he comes and says, get up from there. Or when you are eating, taking your snack, he comes and forcibly takes it away. Or there is a teacher you don't like. What do you not like about school?
The thing I don't like about school is that when I do bad things, they lash me.
Oh, madam, you lash them. Why? You say lash in school? Madam, you are so quiet. You cane them?
We don't cane them that much.
Okay. On this interesting note, I would like to say great thank you. But then one final question. I'm sure they do natural science.
Yes, please.
A laboratory will be too big at this point, but basic things, living things, non-living things, when you do experiments, how do you practically show them some of the things they read?
Okay, I remember the last time we had an experiment in class. We were learning matter, and then I asked them to bring a coconut to class. And then with that coconut, I taught them that the three states of matter resides in the coconut. And so the shell is solid, then the liquid in it, that is the liquid, then the fiber that has a gas in it.
Wow.
Yes, and they love it very well.
Are you resourced? Does the school principal, the head teacher, does he provide the funding you need for some of these basic experiments?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so madam, what changes would you want to see in school? And be frank, maybe your headmaster will hear. Maybe at the level of teachers, you need to be motivated. The salary, is it okay? Or they can do better with the salary?
They can do better.
Okay. Thank you so much. We had in the studios young kids from Floral Model School and their teacher, Prince Awuni. Prince, thank you so much, and keep studying hard. And then we also had Cephas Ajajo, the son of a soldier. Thank you so much, and keep studying hard. And then we had Bernice Eje. Bernice, thank you so much for bringing the kids, and continue to take good care of them. They are our future leaders. We go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we sit with other pupils, but this time around, bigger and taller. Do stick and stay with us.
Onipa how ene ne da achenti na abribia wo sori prayer hwehwe na ahoto ne nso e ma prekope en kukuhwe ase ene wo how bebre ene wo mu wenti na Kantanka TV ya hwehwe dwumadie foforo kra ya todi se edwasonsem wo dwasonsem dwumadie so ne baba kuna dwadefo ne abusa wo mo how ene wo mama ne wo mo efa mu na empo se edaw bitai akira a wo de pre ahwehwe won da achen ahoto eno ti hia wo nua ba ama adwobi e wo Kantanka TV ne afa edwasonsem emfa mbro.
Abodie mu no wonim sa onyankopon ewo adoma a odedo moman bia sa akyedie niam a eboa ma nipa nya ahoto ewo ne dada asetenam ensio emframa yeduane yenua kwaye enhahama ene nuro ahodo empo ya mamre ene ya mane sa niam niam a nyankopon de bo man bia se de mbeba emu nipa no enya ahoto enti na Kantanka television ahihye dwumadie so nkwa ya to ne din se yediem wo yediem dwumadie so no na ye kɔ Ghana mya nyina ne akɔ akɔfa niam ahodo a onyankopɔn ade adom ye ene mfaso a yenya no wo so sanso ne ye behwe ahobambo so nkwa de beba saa niam yi yetimi ahweso ye ade agya hɔ ade ama ntirima se me kan yediem a no agye sese papapa yediem papapa
Made in Ghana, ya yediem.
Ya yediem.
Yediem. Ome yenywandi yenye mawo.
Ya yediem no made in Ghana.
Yeah, the made in Ghana.
Hey, hey, 2 KSLA primary. Change lesson, please.
Teacher, good morning.
Why you late?
Oh, my main champion.
Why you late?
My name is last one.
Why you late? Bedia bear, Trebe me. Why you late?
Say Major, good morning.
Hey, why you late?
Oh, my main champion.
Oh, why you late?
My name is last one.
Hey, why you late? Trebe me. You fast, but why you late?
Hey,
school the big keke. You just for know your F again. Ha, hello, darling. Brother, if I wake up,
say Major, pay myself. What time I need to last time? Baby, I'm a best one. I would do my time 11:30. Then put us in my band.
What bantem won't? Me catch you, I won't so walk catch you. This boy and casa you don't respect. I should need to be the assignment be he crying as a war. I be feeling class test. You waba baby, John Bulu say wine. Could you crab or no free pantine? And then I show my papa. So why we are way past our from
this one is not my fault. I'm coming inside, I get caught. It's not a phone call, it's not a home call. This one is a special nature's call.
And so, what are you waiting for? Menya nice man walk on waso ope crack on Niger offer pastor come lie down you fast my time oko
say time need a jai man in court me free and no one in pie boy say headmaster who me cry on chemunko so dear unye mo che apostle
ready fool shall I want my menja
oh say please
say fin wunwa de hwen say ma wujina hockey ka mema mi boom funya sa sembeba yo
say who me mobile wine na me biom me I have the tension crowd me dodom Ochina cry for you, me draw, I'm a come to bomb me and who I shall was so bad.
School the big keke, you just for know your F again. Ha, hello, darling, brother. If I wake up,
and you say good morning,
why you late?
And then so you make him pray. Yeah, make a dear won't and your prince be so your moon.
Ah, that two boys name so my.
You okay, now, what was you? Now, so me no one yagging. If you are not make mind with me, fine. But what I'm saying is, me, I'm make late before you.
Who you listening to me? Oh, who you listening to me?
Everybody they are not saying me I make late. The headmaster knows say I make late. School children know say I make late. Cupboard boy know. School prefect knows say me I make late. Everybody knows say I make late.
Now me headmaster no come me lateness award. Now would everybody back up
pay Hey, we are say party and now mudi yesuku no mo ka say Eye wengeze na mafani easy yo me babe ma wo option
yo
upeke na ask questions okay he left one thing
what thing
uti back one 10 lashes
oh these are my questions forget the lashes obo me cry na menya ne me to hon rashes last time terminal report me the 46 me monster me track a boom ni ashes
hey don't let me get angry you are just a loss to You're welcome back. We are still in the studios having an interaction with pupils and students. And this time around, they are a bit bigger and taller. We have students of Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences. And we are happy to have the school prefect join us today. Ifya Safua. Ifya, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Great. Good to have you.
Thank you.
And then we have a fine gentleman, Nana Kojo Safo Jr. Nana, thanks for making time.
Thank you.
And then we have a young lady, Princess Boache Dankwa. I can't reach you. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
School prefect, Madam SP, how do you see the conditions of learning generally? And now that you are in SHS 3, there are about 2 streams of free senior high school students. Yes. They get things for free, you pay, even though you are a private institution. So generally, how are the conditions like in terms of learning?
Oh, okay. In terms of learning, the conditions are very good because we have qualified teachers teaching us, and then they go low to our standard of understanding for us to understand each and everything that is being taught Yes.
So do you have the best of GHS students coming there? What are some of the grades people come there? Do people come with 6-1s?
Yes.
Or some have double digit results?
People come with, most of them come with 6-1s. Myself,
digit.
yes.
Oh, you had 6.
Yes,
And then you are my partner. I also had 6.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't too poor as a student at that level. So what do you study?
General arts.
General arts.
Yes, and my electives are economics, government, CRS, and literature.
That's good. And Nana, you are also in SHS 3. What is your assessment of your conditions in school?
Oh, from the references by the teachers, I've been performing very well in class.
And do you spend a lot of time in the library? Does the school have an equipped library?
Yes.
Is it state of the art? You have only books, or there is a computer to sift through to get the books, the titles you are looking for?
No, we just have only books in the library by equipped ones.
Are you allowed to borrow?
No.
You don't borrow books?
Yes. For security reasons, some of them they are unable to just bring it back. That's why the teachers have assigned that no one brings the books out of the library.
Okay. Princess, you know, when you have a healthy mind, a healthy body, that's when you have a healthy mind to study.
Yes.
How is the cafeteria like on campus, the eating conditions, or you buy from food vendors that are on campus?
Okay, so when you are a boarder, you have this chance of getting to the dining hall to eat because it's their obligation to feed you. But as a day student, you get the food on your own by buying. Yeah.
Okay.
But their foods are very good.
Okay.
As compared to other schools.
Okay.
The foods are okay.
And then again, what is the most memorable moment you've had in the past 2 years? You are in SHS2, these are your seniors.
Okay.
Do you remember any fond memory?
I do.
What was it?
When we qualified for the Cowbellpedia, that was hosted by NCC, that is National Commission on Civic Education. We were allowed to go and compete with other schools, and then we came out as the best, as
like
usual.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, great. What awards did you get?
Well, we got some calculators, not these normal calculators.
Scientific
Yes,
ones.
very scientific.
And sophisticated.
Of course. And then these calculators were more or less like a glass calculator. We were given the chance to get more of the Cowbell products, and then some little amount of money.
Okay, I'll come back to Madam SP. There's one challenge. When we were your age, we were sneaking to school with mobile phones. I was using a Motorola at that time. There was no Facebook, there was no Twitter, there was no WhatsApp. How much of a challenge is using a smartphone and using social media? Does that cause a distraction in your studies?
It does, yes. At a point of time, when you are on the social media, you tend to start your attention on that. So, me per se, when I'm going to school, I don't take my phone along. And in the school too, you are not allowed to bring mobile phones. And me being the girl's prefect, when I catch you with the phone, I'll seize it.
Okay.
And I'll give you the punishment you deserve.
And then you're a tough leader.
Yes, I am.
But then, are there instances where students still sneak in with
Yes,
the mobile phones?
they do. They sneak in with their mobile phones. Then we make sure that at dawn, we'll go to them for inspection. During that time, the person is sleeping. So as soon as they're like, hey, wake up, give me your phone, then you see the person will just hand it over to you. Or sometimes we search their bags for the mobile phones.
Okay. Do you use a phone?
Yeah, but I'm a boarder, so I'm not allowed to bring phones to the school. So
how do you communicate with your parents?
with the phones of the teachers and the appropriate avenue for that. We have the boarding house master, and that's the perfect avenue for calling your parents.
Okay. Which one of you is studying science?
Oh, no.
There is nobody studying science here.
Yes.
Okay. So, of course, I can ask you about experiments. I'll come back to you. You are a bit bubbly. Are there sporting activities on campus?
Yes, they are.
What are some of the sporting activities?
We have volleyball, we have football, we have table tennis, and then track field games like
running, 4x100. Yeah.
So how do you juggle academic work with extracurricular activity? Do you have Rotary Club on campus? You have Rotary Club. So do you have instances where people may concentrate too much on extracurricular activities? And as a SP, is there any way you can organize counseling for people to prioritize their academics rather than putting too much attention on other things?
Okay, to me, there is time for everything. So when it's time for the extracurricular activities, we make sure that everybody partake. And when it's time for academics too, you bring the seriousness there.
What about you? What is your experience about other activities on campus?
Yeah, based on everyone's talent in the school, someone's talent is concentrated on other extracurricular activities, but some of them too are concentrated on their books. So we can fish out talent when it's based on the extracurricular activities. Some are not good in the classroom, but going to the field, they are good. So we can combine this both mechanisms together so that we can actually bring out a good center of excellence in Apostle Safo.
We are discussing the models and the content you use in school. The books, how do you get them? Are you allowed to buy from private publishers, or the school prescribes textbooks for you?
The school prescribes textbooks for us, but when you want to get a book on your own pace, you can get out, not like getting out. When you go home on vacations, you can go to the appropriate vendors and purchase your own book.
SP, do you have free dictionaries on campus?
Yes. When you come to school for the first time, you are given some books and then a dictionary too.
I see. So what about you? What's your favorite subject?
Yeah, history.
History. Why so?
Because history proves that the black man was able to control his or her affairs before the arrival of the Europeans. And for example, the Egyptians were the first in the world history to attain civilization before the Europeans. And most of the things used now were used by the Egyptians. One was the shadow for irrigational purposes. The white man based on the principles of the shadow to manufacture water pump today. The xylophone tune was based, its principle was based to manufacture keyboards, piano, and the drums for our jazz and other stuff.
So now that we've forgotten our history, of course, the owner of your school is reminding us how capable Africans are and that we can be on our feet. As a young person, where do you see yourself in the next 5 or 10 years after school? Of course, you'll go to the university. How can you right the wrongs in our history as black people?
Yeah, by one, patronizing our made in Ghana goods, promoting the spirit of patriotism, and maybe actually educating people on our past, because there's an adage in the local language that goes, Sango Fayinchi. So the study of history is not a bad thing, but a very good thing.
Great Asas is a good school. You make good grades, but of course, in life, there are challenges. So I'll start from you. What are the things on campus you think could be changed? If you had any opportunity to change them, what are the things you would say the school has to change for effective learning?
To me, as I said earlier on, as compared to other schools out there, I think Asas is a great school and then a well-established school in Ghana. So when I'm to look at the stuff that are to be changed in school, I think there is nothing much to say. Yes.
Do you think contact hours are too long? Do you sit in class for too long? Would you rather more breaks instead of sitting for hours?
We are okay with the breaks which have been issued at particular times. For instance, when we get to class in the morning at 6 as a border, you sit and study for some time before real lessons begin. So we stay for an hour before break. So after break, we have 3 other subjects before second break, and then...
Okay. Madam SP, you are the representative of your colleagues, and you can go to the headmaster any moment or headmistress any moment you want. What are some of the challenges your colleagues talk to you about hampering effective learning in school?
Okay, the challenges are not many. most of them, they find it difficult to approach some of the teachers. So sometimes I'll just have to lead them to this teacher to tell the teacher that, oh, maybe sir, this person has a challenge with this and would like you to help him or her.
Is it that the teachers are not too friendly or your colleagues are timid?
The teachers are friendly, but they are disciplined too, so most of the stubborn students find it difficult to approach them.
Are canes used?
Yes, canes are used.
Hey, then I have a problem, because when I was your age, I didn't like being caned at all. So how do you feel? Do you think there are better ways we can correct people's behavior rather than caning them?
Yeah, one is counseling. Some students need counseling before they can be changed, because the stubborn ones have passed through this type of caning, so they are like, what do I even say, they are addicted to the caning. But some of them need counseling and other forms of punishment to correct them, apart from caning.
What about you? What do you think about caning?
I think the caning, something is right, because the Bible said it.
Spare the rod and spoil the child. You enjoy being caned?
Not like we enjoy it per se, but then the teachers lash us in a way that it wouldn't harm us.
Okay.
But it touches our brains. You get it?
That's great.
So the canes have an effect on us.
Okay. We'll go for our final commercial break. When we come back, Abena read some of your messages and we wrap up with students of Greater SARS. Those stay and stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Hello, lovely people of Africa, African Youth Time. This is the show, as I rightly said, that gives African youth the platform to have an up-close with living legends who are helping build the continent.
The youth of Africa, they have a lot of potential.
What is killing Africans is our inability to discover and identify our potentials and what we can do for ourselves.
Nobody makes you a leader. You become a leader.
We are not poor. The resources in Congo alone can feed the whole Africa.
Onipa how ene ne da chinti ena abribia wo sori prayer hwehwe na hoto ahoto ne nso ema prekope en kukuhwe ase ene wo how bebre ene wo mu wenti ena Kantanka TV ya hwehwe dwumadie foforo kra ya to din se edwasonsam wodwasonsam dwumadie so ye baba kna adwadifo ne abusa wo mo how ene wo mama ne wo mo efa mu na empo se edaw bitai akira a wode pre ahwehwe won da achen ahoto eno ti hia wo nua ba ama adwobi e wo Kantanka TV ne afa edwasonsam emfa mbro.
Abodie mu no wonim sa onyankopon ewo adoma a odedo moman bia sa akyedie niam eboa ma nipa nya ahoto ewo ne dada asetenam ensio emframa ye duane ye nia kwaye enhahama eni nuro ahodo empo ya mamre eni ya mane sa niam niam nyankopon de bo man bia se de mbeba emu nipa no enya ahoto enti na Kantanka television ahihye dwumadie so nkwa ya to ne din se yediem ewo yediem dwumadie so no na ye kɔ Ghana mmea nyina me akwa akɔfa niam ahodo a onyankopɔn ade adom ye ene mfaso a ye nya no wo so sanso ne ye behwɛ ahobambo so nkwa de beba saa niam yi yetimi ahweso ye ade ye gya hɔ ade ama ntirima se me kan yediem a no agye sese papapa yediem papapa
Made in Ghana, yediem. Yediem. Ome yenwandi yenyama o. Yediem made in Ghana. Yediem made in Ghana.
You're welcome back. We are joined by Abena Safo. Abena, welcome. So what do you have for us by way of text message?
Okay, we've got a few text messages. I'm really enjoying the show. Mabel from Dansoman sent in this one. And I love the kids. I'm touched by the show. Ernest from Techiman sent this one. I think that's all our trend. I mean, this is all our messages
but
that we got
let me, Abena, you stay there. Abena is an older person than you. Maybe she didn't study as many subjects as we are doing now when she was in high school. Are you okay? You are studying how many?
8.
8 subjects,
Yes.
4 electives and 4 core subjects. Yes. Do you consider those subjects too many?
No.
Are you able to cope?
Yes, I'm able to cope.
Why? What makes you think you wouldn't have done better if you were dealing with maybe 5 or 6?
I think if we need to do all of them, because if it wasn't important, they wouldn't have placed them in it. As in all the subjects, both the core and then the electives. So each and every of any one of them has the importance. That's why it is there.
But are you stressed out a little because you have to deal with all of them? Be very frank. We know you are the SP anyway.
No, I'm not stressed out because at times there are free periods.
Okay.
During that free period, you can rest.
Okay, that's great. What about you? Do you think the subjects are too many?
Oh, it's normal and manageable.
Are you able to cope?
Yes.
Are you only doing chew and pour? You memorize and you regurgitate, or you think you understand every lesson before you move to the next one?
For instance, my course, General Art, Government and History, move on the same trend. So it doesn't worry much when they are boggy, because the things that are studied in government are the same things studied in history. So they collaborate to bring one outcome.
Okay. We have only a minute to call it a day, but I still have to hear from Princess. I'll just turn around and come shortly. I take the final remarks from the kids. You are not too young. Abena, they are not too young. Let's go for this quick commercial break. When we come back, we hear from Princess on the other end. Do stick and stay with us.
Onipa how ene ne da achenti e na abribia wo sori prayer hwehwa na ahoto ne nso e ma prekope en kukuhwe ase ene wo how bebre ene wo mu wenti e na Kantanka TV ya hwehwe dwumedie foforo kra ya to din se edwaso nsem wo dwaso nsem dwumedie so ne baba pne dwadefo ne abusa wo mo how ene wo mama ne wo mo efa mu na empo se edaw bitai akira a wo de pre ahwehwe won da achen ahoto eno ti hia wo nua ba ama adwobi e wo Kantanka TV ne afa edwaso nsem enfambro.
Do you want to enroll your ward in a school that has keen interest in academic excellence and sound religious upbringing? Then Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences is the place. Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences, Great Asas, offers general arts, business, home economics, visual arts, general science and technical courses in auto mechanics and applied electricity. Great Asas has well-equipped laboratories for all the science-related courses, an ICT laboratory, and a well-stocked library. Excellent boarding facilities are available for both boys and girls with adequate security measures to ensure your ward's safety. Students also have the privilege to go to Apostle Safo Suaye at Gomu Ampota for practical lessons with the proprietor, Apostle Dr. Engineer Kwedo Safo, for 1 month during the long vacation. We also have a school bus that picks your ward from home to school and back home. Great Asas has a cadet corps, a choir, drama and debating club to harness the hidden talents in your ward. Locate Apostle Safo School of Arts and Sciences at Awoshila Stop, Accra, Ghana. Great Asas.
You're welcome back. I've really enjoyed talking to you. We would love to have you again. But in just a minute, let's wrap up the show. Madam SV, what do you want to become in future?
I want to be a lawyer.
Law is not easy.
Yes, it's not easy, but then I know I can.
Law has got its own jargon, its own language. What legal word do you know, and can you spell it? Any legal word, a word used in the courts.
Okay. Justice.
Justice.
Yes.
So how do you spell justice?
Justice.
Oh, great. What about you? Want to be a historian?
Yeah, but not a historian.
What do you want to be?
A high-time government official.
Aye.
What
do you know about the government?
Appointments from the
you
president.
don't even want to be an assemblyman. High time.
Yeah, high time.
So is there any word in government you know?
Yeah, mini.
Okay, can you give me one?
Yeah, one. Party whip.
Party?
Whip.
Whip. And so can you spell whip?
Yes.
Okay.
W-H-I-P.
Okay. So the leadership in parliament, one of them is the whip. Okay. So that's the third power after the first and second, either majority or minority speakers. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. What about you? You are so bubbly and active. What do you want to become?
I want to be a journalist.
Aye. You want to take away Abina's job.
Yes.
You want to do radio or TV or print. You want to write stories in
both
the
radio
newspaper.
and TV.
Okay. So what word do you know in journalism?
So many words because it's our day-to-day something that they talk about.
Okay. So can you give me a word in journalism?
Any word.
Can you spell reportage?
Reportage.
I got you. Okay.
E-P-O-R-T-A-G-E. Yes,
Thank you so much. It's been lovely having you. SP for Greater SARS, Efia Safwa. Thank you so much for making time. And Nana Kojo Safo Jr., thank you for making time. And then Princess Boachi Dankwa, even though I can't greet you, thanks for making time. Viewers, this is all time will permit us. So we come your way on Monday with another edition of News Magazine. Stay blessed and keep watching Kantanka TV. Do have a good day.